So I started the Trad School series to answer a few questions that were coming in, and questions keep coming in. I'm not sure that I am poised to answer them all, but I'll keep trying. At the very least, maybe I learned something considering these great questions. So somebody asked, a few of you have asked, what do I do if I'm not in tune? What if you're playing with other people and you're not hitting the mark? Or, So step one is, even when you're not playing with other people, aim for a sense of playing in tune with yourself, having a grounding of how each of your notes kind of relate to a tonal center. For example, this is my D, let's say. Let's see where I am. Here's a drone. It's going to sound awful, but it'll do. So on its own, that D sounds all right. It sounds in the ballpark. But how do the other notes sound along that D? Relatively. Kind of got to get, it's a little subjective, but I think sometimes it's a little clear. So here's my D again. D, A, D. If I were to play this, you'd hear that the A is really not hitting the mark. I got to make sure that my A is relatively pitched to my D. So I'm playing in relative tune, because this is a relatively pitched instrument, a relative pitch, versus a fixed pitch instrument like a concertina or an accordion. They can't change the tuning. A tuner, like a technician, would have to do that. So if you're playing in the company of other people, have one of those fixed pitch instruments give you a note, like a D, have the concertina or the accordion play a D, and tune a few notes around it. In fact, I just wrote a tune called In Tune with Reality that kind of makes fun of my own tuning riff that I tend to do. I tend to go, so that's the beginning of the tune. Is how the tune starts. Okay, so on your own, you could just kind of take a D drone and maybe play a D scale along with it and listen to how the pitches relate to that tonal center. Sounds a little bit more in the pocket than this. A lot of wonky pitches there in relation to the low D. So start to dial that in on your own. And then when you're playing with other people, the simple story is to just listen and see if you can do your best to blend in with and be in tune with those around you. Now, if there is somebody around you who is not sort of relatively in tune, doesn't make sense to blend with that person, but also you really can't change the world. You can only change or do the best that you can do. So if you're playing with somebody who is playing out of tune, really not blending with the group, and so that's hard for you to tune, you can kind of be kind and also maybe clear. And you could say, hey, I'm having a hard time hearing where the pitch center is here. Could we get a D off of the accordion or the concertina? Or if you don't have one, maybe somebody pulls out a tuner and just plays a drone note. Or even the fiddle player, if you feel like if there's somebody who's in the pocket. Ask for a note. Just ask them to play that note and then show by example. Ooh, I'm out. I think that's getting a little closer. Could I hear your A, and can I just adjust with that? They'll either get the message or they won't, and that's all that you can do. So those are a few very, very simple ideas. Do that in the key of D on your own. Do that in the key of G. And you'll learn on your own probably that when you have a G drone, that the B tends to maybe be a little high. So you got to bring it down a little. Ouch. Little nicer. So good luck with your tuning journey. Let me know what questions or what answers that this might evoke, and let's keep learning together. Thanks.